Hello my fellow GameMelters, what's going on? Valentin here, and while you have been too busy dressing up as Harley Quinn this Halloween, I have actually spent my time doing a service to society. I decided to dedicate my energy to chasing and capturing space pirates. That's right, space pirates are a threat to our world and they should be stopped and if possible exterminated. The game we're talking about today is called Space Marshals 2, and even though it is still in early access, it is a title absolutely worth of your attention. I remember picking up the first Space Marshals game almost a year ago from a humble bundle and never actually getting around to playing it, something which I bitterly regret now, having seen the second installment in the series. Space Marshals 2 is a twin-stick shooter with absolutely stunning graphics, great audio and gameplay packed full of action. When you have a look at the game, it is surprising that it doesn't melt my phone while running. Vibrant colors, tons of lighting, and super detailed environments only set the scenes for the tons of special effects and explosions that are inevitably part of every battle, shooting or simple standoff. Given the fact that shooting is a central part of the gameplay, it feels amazing to see how much work went into the making of different weapons. Obviously, a twin-stick shooter on a mobile screen means that everything is a bit too small to really tell any differences in the models of the weaponry, but they are differentiated in the way their projectiles look. From sniper rifles to shotguns and even some dead rays, once everyone starts shooting, you can really feel the variety in the game. That is, in the 2 seconds before you become high-quality minced meat. As I already mentioned, environments are extremely detailed but also quite various. Mission settings alternate between wastelands, spaceships and even some towns which came straight out of the Wild West. After all, what is a marshal without some cowboys around him? Obviously, exploration is secondary when it comes to a game like this, but it still feels great just walking around and looking at all the various rooms you find. The world looks actually inhabited, not just created, which is quite a rare occurrence nowadays. Lighting is heavily used everywhere, and being the sucker for shiny things that I am, I was absolutely mesmerized. Next up, we have sounds and music. The same thing I said for graphics is fully valid for the audio of the game. Details, like seriously, everything in this game seems to have been handcrafted, made with loads of love and explosions. All the weapons sound different, and there are tons of different screams for the bad guys to use when they die. Projectiles hitting walls, projectiles hitting people, projectiles hitting shields, projectiles hitting robots. It all becomes a symphony of violence and, of course, the occasional kaboom to make the atmosphere that much more dangerous. Background music adapts to your actions and the current situation, and tracks seamlessly changed from relaxed ones to "should they heard me coming". Actually, in some situations, this is a better tell to whether you have been detected or not, as the camera doesn't always show enough of the game world. Many times, I have been walking around peacefully when I hear the dramatic tones and duck just in time to protect my head from turning into a Picasso painting. As a whole, sterling job was done in terms of audio. Next up is my favorite part, gameplay, which in this case includes shooting, which is always a massive plus. The game begins as your ship gets abducted by space pirates and members of your crew find themselves hostages of that same people. Your first mission is to escape the massive spaceship and fly to the nearest planet, which turns out to be the Pirates Hideout. Lucky you. Needless to say, your troubles don't end here, as you now have to recover some precious technology that the pirates stole from you, while also helping the native inhabitants of the planet fight off the pirates' scum. The game is broken down into missions, most of which are simply kill all the bad guys. However, some of them are quite interesting and you have to utilize stealth as well as weaponry to successfully complete them. Before each mission, you get the chance to choose gear, including a vest, grenades, rifle, pistol and even a hat. The one thing that I found quite annoying is that you don't really get to see the layout of the next level, therefore not knowing if it's better to go for the sniper or the shotgun before you actually try. Apart from that, I really enjoyed the flow of the game, including the chance to practice your shooting skills on some dummy targets. After you have shot enough of the helpless dummies, it is time to dive into the real action. Most maps are swarming with enemies, keeping you constantly on your toes. You have 2 main ways to take them out. You can either shoot them in their face, the fun way, or sneak behind them and silently kill them, the quiet way. On top of that, shooting people who haven't noticed you counts as an ambush and deals bonus damage, allowing you for tons of one-shot kills if you're patient enough. Different weapons have different stats like range, damage and even how much noise they make, which affects detection. Now you probably understand how important it is to prepare for a mission. On top of all that, you sometimes need to find special keys in order to open some doors, and you can even hack the mechanical turrets. While killing everyone is rather fun, nothing feels better than watching the guards fall as the automated machine guns start targeting their former allies. While most of the time you will be shooting stuff, I really liked how in some places you are given the choice of either being a hero or just being a smart bastard and killing everyone before they even have a chance to react. Boss battles are quite intense, but most of the times they turn into some weird dance as you try to avoid enemy fire and insert a few bullets of your own into their head. After each mission, you get several rewards to choose from, consisting of weapons and gear. If you manage to pass the level without dying and did all the side objectives, you also get a premium reward. This one, however, is only accessible if you buy the full game. Talking of side objectives, in most levels you have quite a lot of things to find. There are hidden hats, some special tokens which look like gold coins, and even the occasional hostage to rescue. Venturing to the more distant parts of the levels feels rewarding and is almost never a waste of time. The tokens mentioned can be used in a specialized vending machine which becomes available once you pay for the full game. The other perk of having the premium title is the complete removal of advertisements. Given the fact that there are no other in-app purchases and the fact that this game is absolutely bloody amazing, I believe it's a good idea to spend some cash on supporting the developers. The price is not low per se, as the game costs £5.49 British pounds, but it is certainly a fair one. That was pretty much everything I had to say about Space Marshals 2, you just need to go ahead and try it out for yourselves. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. If you didn't, please become a space pirate so I have an excuse to blow your head off. Make sure to follow GameMelter on Twitter for all the latest updates. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time.